We're picking pine needles, sweet fern, and goldenrod for a pot of tea. Join us next. Hello everyone, I'm Don Jacobs and I'm in the middle of a field here near Milford, Pike County. And we're gonna go wild with DiscoverNEPA. We're gonna meet an expert when it comes to edible and medicinal plants. Here's Heather Houskeeper.
So folks call me the Botanical Hiker. I'm an herbalist, a long-distance hiker, and forager. From the Botanical Hiker, I have founded the School of Plants and Place Connection, and that's located in Milford, Pennsylvania. The Botanical Hiker, I got that started back in 2011 when I was setting out on the Mountains to Sea Trail, which is North Carolina's long-distance trail. It travels 1,200 miles from the Smoky Mountains to the coast.
She brought her experiences back to NEPA, wrote a book, and the rest is history. She now has since written 3 books in total and is ready to share her experiences with us. What are we going to do today, Heather?
We are going to explore the land and meet some edible and medicinal plants that we can craft into a tea.
So what's our first plant that we're picking right now?
Yeah, so this is sweet fern. Latin name 𝗗𝗶𝘁𝗵 peregrina.
Okay.
And it is helpful to know those Latin names. This is a perfect example of why. So although we call this sweet fern, it is not a fern.
Okay.
A fern would never have a woody structure like you see here.
Okay.
This is a shrub, and it's actually in the wax myrtle family. If you crush a leaf, you want to crush a leaf?
I do.
So crush a leaf and you'll get, I think, a nice scent off of that. Might be a little muted this late in the season.
I do. Definitely.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. So this is a lovely tea plant, and this is a plant, everything we know about this plant comes from indigenous knowledge. We don't need a whole lot. We're going to brew up about 3 cups of tea. Usually for 1 cup, if I were just making sweet fern tea, I would use about 5 or 6 leaves.
Okay.
I feel as a society, we've grown very disconnected from the natural world, and we're beginning to really see the effects of that disconnection. Our ancestors, they would have engaged with the natural world on a daily basis. That was intertwined with their lifestyles. And now we seem to have kind of put ourselves in this box over here, and nature is over there. And I think that we are physically and psychologically suffering as a result of that.
But you're opening up the other box.
I'm opening up the other box. Here we should find some good goldenrod to harvest for our tea.
Now, what are you looking for as far as good goldenrod?
Yeah, so, we're getting a little bit later into the season. I mean, we are at the height of goldenrod's flowering. So we want nice green, vital leaves.
So it's the leaves, it's not the actual yellow part that we're...
Well, we'll harvest some flowers too.
Okay.
And when we harvest a plant, you can always pause for a moment and just be mindful that we are harvesting a living being.
Right.
So I always just take a moment to recognize that before I clip. And we will also recognize that life when we have our tea. So white pine, Latin name Pinus strobus, really common evergreen in our northeastern woods. And one that is really easy to identify too. So this is a great beginning forager's plant. White pine is the only pine in our region that's going to have 5 needles in what we call a bundle usually. So our other pines generally have 2 or 3 needles. So if you count 5, you've got a white pine. Knowing how to work with the plants as food and medicine, it's really empowering.
Yeah.
Too. It gives you a sense that you can go out into, whether it's your backyard or the woods,
right,
and know how to fend for yourself like any living animal.
Right. You're not just going out and gnawing on a piece of pine. Like you're cutting some and you're gonna
right,
make some tea, right?
Yes.
Are we good?
We're good.
We go back and make tea now?
Let's go make some tea.
Okay, I'm in. So Heather, we're back here in front of the teepee and you're gonna make our tea for us.
Yeah, we'll make some medicinal tea. So I've brought about 3 cups of water to a boil.
Okay.
And now I'm turning the heat off completely. So we're just going to steep these herbs like we would a tea bag.
A tea bag,
we were
okay.
steeping. Yeah, and what we're making is what we could call a medicinal infusion.
Okay.
So we're infusing our herbs into water and creating like a water extract of these herbs' medicinal properties.
Heather starts with the goldenrod leaves and flowers. Next, it's the sweet fern and a good healthy amount of it. And finally, the white pine needles. After a 20-minute steep in the pot, it was time to strain the tea.
Make sure we get every drop there.
Now, you do programs up here all the time, right?
I do, yeah. So this is where our Plant in Place immersion program meets that we hold annually.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you go out into the public and do programs too.
I do. Yeah, I team up with a variety of nature conservancies, nonprofits, hiking clubs.
I've seen you at Woodlock.
Yeah,
right?
I'm at the lodge at Woodlock. I'm over at the Pocono Environmental Education Center.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So next step is we go have tea.
Let's have some
right?
tea.
Yeah, let's go in. Heather offers the first cup to the land for supplying us with the herbs we needed. And then it was our turn.
So thank you for joining me today, Don.
Thank you for sharing. I can't wait to try this. Oh, that's lovely. I'm not kidding you. I did not think it was going to taste like this.
Oh.
This is lovely. It is really delicious. You know what you're talking about. You could tell you love sharing. And I want to say thank you for sharing with us. This is lovely.
Thank you, Don.
Again, thank you. What can I say? The Botanical Hiker. Heather, thank you for what a great afternoon here in Milford, Pike County. We learned quite a bit, and we enjoyed our time sipping tea. Now, for this episode and all of the episodes of Go Wild with Discover NEPA, go to discovernepa.com or subscribe on YouTube.